Heck. Okay.
So, yeah, no way that it was Ezra's doing. Like, no way that he sought out, like, there was no way that he sought Arya out to, you know what I mean, to start any kind of relationship with her, because she was, in fact, the one that stumbled upon him.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know who made the first conversation, but she still went to where, out of her way, completely out of her way, couple hour drive, whatever, she was there a couple hours, it was right down the road, she was there a couple hours, like, she knew that he was going to be there at that exact time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, something was up with that.
It makes you think, like, maybe, in a way, not saying, you know, whatever, but we're getting back to the topic of tonight's episode in 1 second, but just to touch on this again, maybe in some way, she was given information that he would be there by Allison, and has known all along that Allison is alive, and is in, not saying she's big A or anything.
Well, we'll get into, like, why we think that. We'll
anyway.
Bear with us, okay? Because, like, it's going to sound confusing right now because we didn't explain to you why. Okay. What else happens? Okay, so, poof. Shauna shows up at the hospital. Well, you know what? Actually, what happened at they go back to the hospital. The girls go back, the girls go back to they go to the theater, whatever. They're
right,
at the theater.
And Cece shows up.
Well, yeah, they're talking, whatever. Allison feels out of the loop because they're all laughing and talking. And, like, you could tell that she kind of feels, like, upset about it, whatever. But that's nobody else's fault but her own.
Mm-hmm.
In walks fucking, you know, Team Mona. Freaking Mona's army of people, whatever. This is not an A-team,
Hermie,
so please don't even start. This is not a fucking A-team, and if I hear somebody say it, I'm going to smack y'all across the face.
It's not a fucking
A-team. This is
A-team.
not an A-team, okay? Mona might still be trying to, like, make an A-team or whatever, but I don't know if this is, like, a group that she's trying to, like, get together to maybe restart an A-team to go after them, but these people are not involved in any way, which makes me think that Mona actually doesn't know what the hell's going on. Do you know what I mean? Like, she's out of the loop, really, with the A-team. Why the hell would she be raising an army of people when she's got an A-team that could fucking do whatever the hell they want? Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Why recruit Pussface?
Why recruit fucking Les and Pussface and fucking all these other people? Like, why recruit these people? And Lucas...
He looked mighty damn good tonight, I do have to say.
Lucas looked good, but he seemed way too eager to be on this team.
Yes, he did.
Lucas grew a set of balls or something.
All of a sudden, after getting blasted by fucking Toby in a truck.
Or has Lucas been not so great motive since for a long time?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it seemed like almost like it was like a completely different Lucas, and
it did. And I'll be honest, when I saw his face showing up there, not that I was thinking that he was on the A-team.
I called it before it even fucking happened. I called it.
Well, theoretically, we were told that Brendan fucking Robinson would be... His last name is Robinson, right? Because I can't think. That is his last name.
I didn't even know that he was going to be in this episode.
I heard somewhere, probably your fucking sister, love you, Sarah, that said that there was a spoiler that he was in it, but I didn't expect him to be there.
See, you know what? I
just did not expect to see
when
him.
Mona said, like, this complicates things, and he, like, walked in and we didn't see a face.
I was shocked.
I knew it was him. I said, that's Lucas. I said it right to Sarah, too. I was like, that's Lucas. No, it's not. Yeah, it is.
All right. Well.
Anyway, so, Mona's bringing this fucking team. Like, let's take Allison down. Like, she already destroyed your relationship with Emily, and she's not even here yet. Like, what's gonna happen? And, like, all this is really over one girl. Like, you guys are okay. She used to torture you. This happened years ago.
Get
like,
the fuck
honestly,
over it, Pussface.
I'm not saying, like, get over it, but at the same time, move the fuck on.
But at the same time, get over it.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that what she did to you is right, but at the same time, like, just fucking let it go.
Seriously.
Live your life. She's not gonna, if she...
Let it go.
Well, I mean, honestly, though, like, you're all fucking juniors, seniors, whatever the fuck you are. Just move on with your life. You're fucking grown now. Like, let it go. But, anyway, these people all seem to be on board except for Paige. Paige is arguing, whatever, like, I don't want to be any part of this.
Goes to open the door to get the hell out of there. Boom! Here comes Melissa Hastings.
That caught me by surprise. I was like, the fuck is she doing there? And I said, like, it's crazy how she goes from, like, crying like a baby, like, oh, I can't even tell my mom something that I know, and even if it is her that, even if it was her that she, like herself, that she is afraid to tell her mom, like, oh, I'm the one that did it. How do you go from like, okay, I'm so afraid to tell people this and that and blah blah blah, and then 2 minutes later you're like let's get this party started, yeah, like I'm the boss, let's go. Like, it's weird. Something's up. I don't know what. I'm not saying she's on the A team. I'm not saying anything like that, but we'll get to that later on. This is going to be a long recap. It might need to be 3 videos.
Or 4.
So, anyway. So that happens, and it's just fucking... And then Paige turns her head and decides to stay. So, Paige knows something's up with her. And Paige decided to stay because Melissa's there, which I want to see a little bit more of what happened at that meeting.
Like, why? What the hell made Paige stay?
What the hell? Mona and fucking Melissa together. Yeah. Like, what the hell? Like, what? Like, I don't know.
But the further question being also why the fuck Paige would shut the door after Melissa walks in and stay at the meeting.
Yeah, like okay.
Anyway.
We could sit here and say that there's something going on all we want because we know something's obviously going on. But,
Obs.
Okay, so that happens, and then, you know, the girls are whatever. We see fucking, you know, they're all on the stage, and you know, Allison's going to make a phone call, and who is it to? Was it to Cece? Was it to Shauna? Was it to Shauna to you know, because then we find out that Allison wanted me to come look after you, Aria, blah blah blah, whatever. Was it to Shauna? Was it to Cece? Who the fuck knows? Like, who knows? And why was it so hard for Ashley? Why was it so hard for Hannah to hear her?
I know.
Like, she walked up behind her, like, and, like, she was like...
Then...
Like, what was that all about?
How... First of all, am I incorrect, because my thinking is foggy right now, that Mona said, and as well as Aria said, about Mrs. Fitzgerald, like she was on the phone with Ezra's mom? Mona.
No. What happened was Mona was like, do all that you can... whatever, and everybody automatically assumed that it was
Mrs. Fitzgerald.
Everybody automatically assumed that it was Mona that was actually on the phone with the doctor at the hospital. You know, was it her that was talking to the doctor at the hospital? Because she was on the phone, and we go into the doctor, and she's like, you know, he's got whatever, and we go back to Mona, and she's like, well, do all that you can, whatever.
Right.
Whatever happened. But they want you to think that was Mona on the phone. But then we come to find out that, you know, Aria says, like, oh, she's in Switzerland and she's coming in or whatever. So how would Mona know that?
Australia, Sydney.
Sydney, whatever.
Switzerland.
Wherever the fuck she was getting chocolate. So anyway, she's doing that, and then we come to find out that, like, Aria knows all this information, like, she's here, whatever. Mm-hmm. So then we kind of think that maybe it wasn't Mona. Like, how would Mona know that? Or let's think about it a different way. How would Aria know where, like, you know what I mean? Like, why, even if somebody said to you on the phone, like, hey, I'm coming in from, you know, Sydney, I'll be there soon, whatever, are you gonna say, oh, you're coming in from Sydney, you'll be here soon? You're not gonna repeat everything they say on the phone. So how would Aria know that? Like, exactly. That's weird. She hasn't talked to Ezra in over, like, how many days, whatever. Like, how would she know that her mom... Like, you know what I mean?
First of all, her and his mom don't get along anyway.
Something was up with that. Like, she knew too much information about Ezra's mom.
Next thing you know, we see her sitting there, like, staring off into space. She turns, and there's Shauna.
Boom, there's Shauna.
And
we wanted to punch her right off the screen, but there was Shauna.
A key question here is this. If... Not even going with the last part of the episode yet, but... Recall when Shauna
made her last appearance,
saying, I can't do this anymore.
She was peacing the fuck out. Peace, I'm going
Blasted
to Disney,
the phone out the fucking window. Zoom! Gone.
Peace out. Goodbye.
Didn't talk to Allison at all, but all of a sudden Allison gets in touch with her to go talk to Aria about what's going on at the hospital.
Like, what?
And furthermore, Shauna being a comfort to Aria. Anyway.
No, that's... Here's the thing. Why would one of the girls not let, like, you know what I mean? Like, why, if Allison was sending Shauna, she would say, hey, I'm sending Shauna, blah, blah, whatever. Or even when she called her from the hospital on the landline at the theater, Like, wouldn't you say, like, hey, like, I'm here with Shauna? Or like, something like that.
Yeah.
Something of that.
Your buddy's here. Something.
Yeah, like, why would you send Shauna to look after me? Like, you know, like, whatever, how I feel about her, whatever. Like, what? Like, it was almost like Allison didn't know, but at the same time, like,
it was almost
we'll
like,
get into it.
Again, it was almost like she actually did know, given Ezra's reaction when seeing Shauna in the fucking room.
Yeah. Okay. So we see Ezra's reaction in the room, and obviously everybody caught on to it at the minute. Like, his eyes are looking up, he's like, oh my god.
He sees Shauna, ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, he goes crazy, like, oh my god, you know, because I'm a grown-ass man, and I'm just so scared of this fucking girl.
Yeah.
Like,
Code Blue, B123.
But it doesn't make sense, because regardless of if he was unconscious or not, if you were going in there to finish what you started, why? She had plenty of time to fucking do what she did.
Mm-hmm.
And my sister said it was because the cops just left the room or whatever, but even so, like, you know what I mean? When Arya walked in, she was just standing there. She didn't seem surprised that Arya walked in, like, startled or, like, shocked that Arya walked in. Like, she was just like, oh, he's still unconscious, you know what I mean? Like, and she just stood back. Like, she didn't really seem like, oh, damn, missed him again, damn.
Yeah.
Like, she did, you know what I mean? It was just like, it was just matter of factly, like, okay, yeah, he's unconscious, like, whatever.
Hey, you want to go for a
like, why be so sneaky about where you're going and, like, put your shit out, like, you know what I mean? Like, wrap Arya up and put her, like, whatever.
Exactly.
So, whatever. Cece walks in to the theater. Woo! Okay? Like, we all knew it wasn't fucking A. That's just too easy. Why would it be? Why would we get any answers? So, Cece walks in and she's talking to Allison, and, you know, she's on the run. She needs the plane ticket. She needs the fucking passport. She needs all the shit. Here you go.
She killed Wilden.
I knew. She's like, how did you find me? You know, we don't only look alike, we think alike too. Almost like she said, like, I know where you are before you know where you are.
Pretty much.
You know what I mean? Like, kind of like creepy. That didn't sit well with me.
I know you better than you know yourself.
Yeah, like, it was like weird.
Yeah.
Weird. And so she trusts her, I guess. I don't know. I don't.
Obviously,
I think